Well, good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm actually going on my YouTube and then going and sharing to my Facebook. So, welcome to the Victory Moment with CK. I thank you so much for joining me live, and those that are going to catch this on the replay. You are awesome. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for connecting with me. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Listen, let me introduce myself as I always do. So that you will know who I am and what I actually, as far as connecting and coming live and coming here. This is a victory moment with CK. I am CK. And I thank you so much for joining me and connecting with me as I come live today. And you can check out some of my other YouTubes. And if you're on Facebook, check out some of my other, check it out on Facebook. But I am an author, speaker. I am also a travel specialist CEO owner. Okay, travels, and I have to think about it for a moment because there's so many little things that I do and I connect to and I do. So I truly appreciate everyone connecting with me. Those that connect with me live and those that connect on my replay. Because listen, replays matter, and I thank you so much. Those again that connect with me on my replay, I appreciate it. And listen, we are here today, and I want to talk about something today. And this is so important because there's so much, as we've been going through a lot of changes recently. We've been dealing with a lot of changes recently. And the changes that we've been dealing with is, it affects us. It affects us. And one of the things I want to talk about, that if it affects your inner, if it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. And it is too expensive. And that's one of the things I want to talk about. If it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. It is too expensive. And that's me just checking and making sure things are working as I look, as I do the what we will call looking at who's coming in and who's checking out my live and my replay. So the most important thing is that you cannot let anything overshadow your inner peace. Your inner peace is so important to secure and make sure that no one can actually affect your inner peace. I am, so I want to talk about this. And as I always do, just give 3 simple tips or thoughts. I would say thoughts, because they're thoughts. And I know everybody had their own perspective of, keeping their peace and all of that. But I had these 3 thoughts for you. And one of the 3 thoughts is one of the 3 thoughts I want to talk about is one, letting it go. The lesson learned to let it go. And that's one of the things we have to really, really, really understand. That there are things we're just going to have to let go. for our peace, for we're just going to have to let it go. We're not going to be able, you don't want to keep bringing up the same thing. You don't want to keep having the same thing going on. Listen, it's called keeping your inner peace. God says, the joy that we have, the world can't take it. And it's so important to know that the joy that God gives us, the world can't take it. So you have to not allow anyone to steal your inner peace. So there are times that you got to learn the lesson. It's an important life lesson of letting it go. That is one of the main things. Learning the life lesson of letting it go. The second thing I want to talk about is nothing is worth your peace. That means that do not allow anyone to hinder your peace. Do not allow situations and circumstance to overwhelm you and take away your peace, your joy, your strength. But what we do is we come to the realization that the Lord is our strength. And as we draw upon him and draw from him, it keeps us going. And as we also face a lot of things and be honest with ourselves, as we let go and let nothing take away our joy and our peace, because it's not worth it. It's not worth the aggravation. It's not worth the frustration. But what you have to do is know that you do not have to accept certain things, but what you have to do sometimes is just let it go. There are things you cannot keep what they would say, keep fighting with. It's not gonna work. You keep fighting with it, and God is telling you no, or God is telling you not, this is not what he wants for you. But we ourselves, we keep fighting with it because we're believing that that's going to work out. But it's not going to work out, because if we're trusting God and knowing that God has everything under control, and he's telling you something, he's also showing you something in the midst of it. So letting go is one of the most difficult things that we have, that life experience shows us, because we never want to let go because of a comfort zone. A lot of times we don't want to let go because it feels good, it looks good, and it sounds good. But there are times when things, again, as I shared before, it can look as good as it want to look, but it doesn't mean that it's prosperous. It doesn't mean that it's for you. It doesn't mean that it's for you. And the final thing I want to say is your inner peace is never worth it. Never worth it. It's never worth it. It is never worth it. So one of the things I was saying is nothing is worth your peace, and your inner peace is never worth anything, because you will never be comfortable when your inner peace is not there. You will never, and I'm not talking about being comfortable when things are working a particular way, because a comfort zone is never there when you're building on something or working on something. Because comfort zone is always easy. But when you always have to come out of a comfort zone when you're building on something or working on something or going into something greater. So, but the inner peace is never worth it when it's destroying or taking away or not building up. And that's what I wanted to say today. So one of the most important things is, and I want to leave this with you today, is letting go. Letting go. Letting go. If it's not building you up, if it's not helping you to that new level, if it is not bringing a certain something to your life or something to what you are aspiring to do, let it go. That has nothing to do with being nasty or mean, but there are times when you just have to let it go. And just go to the next. See what it is and keep going. See what it is, I must say it again, and keep going. And I tried something different today because I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. So I put everything on my YouTube channel, and it's still on my Facebook. So if you tap the Facebook, it's still there, but it's going to bring you to YouTube. Because I'm building and I'm trying to build up and connect more on my YouTube right now to do certain things because I'm about to do some things. So I just tried to see what difference it would make. So those that are on my Facebook, all you have to do is tap it. All you have to do is tap it. And that was it. But that's what I did. I shared it on Facebook. But the bottom line is, if it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. And that's the main thing. Let it go if it's not building you. Let it go if it's not helping you. Let it go. Nothing is worth your peace. Your inner peace is never worth anything, because you will be out of sync, or how would they say, you will not be in your positivity. Let me use that. You will not be in your positivity. You will not be in your strength, because you will become weak because of that inner peace that's broken. So I thank everybody that's going to catch this on the replay, that's joining me live. Know that your inner peace is too expensive. It costs. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Nothing is ever worth your peace, your joy. That's why God says, the joy that I have, the world didn't give it to you or can't give it to you, and the world can never take it away. Find that peace, the real peace, and the real joy in God, and no one can ever break it. Because even when you're at your lowest, or you feel you're at your lowest, or things seem a particular way, it will lead you to hold on to God's love and unchanging hands. I just had to add that in there. But nothing is worth, it's not worth your peace. If it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. Let it go. Have a blessed rest of your evening. I am CK. I am your travel specialist, CEO and owner of KM Travels. And I come on with my motivation and inspiration Monday and Wednesday. And I'm excited to connect with you because as I'm motivating you, I'm inspiring and encouraging and motivating me. And I want you again, and I've been sharing it, and I'm going to share. I shared on one of my prior YouTubes this great move that's coming up, or conference that's coming up. Join us on Saturday and Sunday. It's called the Survive and Thrive. It's 2021, and it's a great. We are, as you can see, I put on my pink again today, and it's all about surviving and thriving. And it's not just about breast cancer or cancer awareness or domestic violence awareness, but we're all surviving and thriving from something. So that's where you have to, that is why we're doing this. And when you come and join us, and I'm going to share the link here, when you come and join us, that, there's so much information because we are talking about surviving and thriving. We are talking about surviving and thriving. So I'm going to share the information here, and I want you to join me. The link is going to be here. The information is going to be here. Let's do this. We're stronger together. And as I finish closing out, I am again CK, author, speaker, inspirational, motivational speaker, CEO and owner of KM Travels. And I've been really quiet about my travel, but more is coming. Trust me, I'm about to explode with it because 2022, we're going to another level. So blessings and love. Thank you again for joining me, for listening and connecting. And I look forward to connecting with you next week, Monday. So enjoy your Thursday, enjoy your Friday. And if you can, join us on Saturday or Sunday. If you can't do one, do both. Or you can't do one or the other. We look forward to that. And I look forward to continuing to connect with you. Thank you for taking my YouTube to another level as I continue to just bring the positivity and the victory moments. Love and hugs, blessings, and have a great rest of your evening as we just continue to go forward and move forward. Take care. Love and hugs.